So Akil, great work on the victory in the reverse grid in race 2 of the weekend. It was tricky up there with the restarts, and how would you assess the race out there?
Thank you so much. I mean, it was definitely a tricky race with all the safety cars. We tried to get two really good restarts, which did happen, and we managed to gain a few places in one of them, which definitely helped me. And once we got into P1 with all the clear air and other people getting my dirty air, it definitely gave me a little bit more pace. But at the end of the day, I think we drove a really good race and managed to put some decent lap times in to be able to keep P1.
And how does running at the front compare to back in the midfield? Is it all about focusing on exits or the corners?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's about getting the best exit that you can so the other drivers behind you don't catch you. And when you are racing in the pack, it's obviously a lot more difficult because you're worried about other drivers maybe crashing into you or a bit of contact or gaining places. So it's always difficult to defend and attack. But once you're in the front, I guess you can kind of focus on your own race and make sure you get as good exit as possible to keep P1 and run away from P2.
And what's it been like stepping up from the Ginetta Junior Championship? Does your experience in that championship help you manage the chaos out there?
Yeah, definitely. Ginetta Junior is like a totally different championship. It's almost like something like bumper cars sometimes. I guess there's a lot of contact in Ginetta Juniors coming to F4 where you can't really have any contact because any small little bit of contact is going to give you a bit of damage. So I guess that was one thing to get used to coming into British F4. Thinking about all the contact and all the consequences of touching somebody else, so you really need to race a clean race and get away into the front as fast as possible.
And what was it like managing the tyres out there? Was there any graining with the cooler temperatures?
I don't think so. I guess the two safety cars definitely did help us by not overheating the tyres, but also at the same time managing to keep the temperature in the tyre. So with the two safety cars, it definitely did help us, but the tyres didn't feel like it was degrading. Going down or anything, but yeah.
And what are you expecting from race 3?
Race 3 is going to be a difficult one, starting from P15, I think. We have to try and make as many positions as possible and not make any mistakes and get stuck in other people's issues. But yeah, let's see what we can do. Hopefully we can carry the space through into that race and hopefully finish really good in the points on the podium.
So Patrick, it looked a tricky race up there in race 2 of the weekend with the safety car restart, but great to get on the podium.
Yeah, really happy to get on the podium this weekend. I feel like it's been a bit of a long time coming. We've just haven't had luck go our way so far, but I think to maximise this and go from P6 to P3 I'm quite happy with.
And what was it like managing the restarts out there?
Yeah, the restarts were a bit tricky. I think I got a slight tap from behind on the second one, which put me back a little bit, but you know, it was only 2 more laps, so I think ideally I would have been on the back of P2 for the restart, but it just bumps me back a bit. But you know, to hold off P4 and the train behind that, I'm happy with. So.
And how was the track out there? Of course, it's a bit colder than yesterday.
Yeah, you can feel the wind. I think the wind's picked up since yesterday, and then obviously with the restarts, the tyres aren't as hot as we'd like. But skating around out there a little bit, but I think you know it was okay, and luckily the sun stayed out for us.
And how would you assess the season as a whole so far?
I think, you know, we're learning a lot as a team and me personally. Obviously haven't had single-seater, like slicks and wings experience before. So I think, you know, look, we haven't had luck go our way too much. You know, it's engine issues last weekend, but I think hopefully we're on the up from here.
And what's it been like coming over from Australia, and how does British F4 compare?
Well, I did 4 rounds in Australia in Formula Ford. Obviously with the aero wash it's different. UK tracks are very unique, you know, narrow, bumpy, old-fashioned. So I think it's they're good circuits to really learn how to position the car and race. So I think it's definitely different, but worth it.
And what are you expecting from race 3 later on?
I think to sneak into the top 10 would be nice. Obviously I think we're starting P16 or 15, I can't remember, but I think top 10 would be ideal.
There and it likes the flag win as well, and you soaked up the pressure from Kanato Lee and Louis up behind. It was a good drive out there.
Yeah, they put a lot of pressure, but I just stayed calm, controlled the race in the front, and yeah, it was the team did a mega job. Pace was quick, so yeah, super happy with it.
And what was it like with the temperature, and was it quite physical out there with the race going green all the way through?
Yeah, like you know, it's been a bit scrappy all this weekend, so for the race to be that good, you know, the tyres went off a little bit to the end, but I think we managed it well and managed to come away with it.
And what was it like with the tyres at the end? Was it a big drop off in deck?
I think we did a good job managing that, but yeah, there was a little bit, but that's just to be expected, really.
And how good is it to see the car in so quick with Louis Sharp on the podium as well?
Yeah, the team's done a mega job all year, really. I just can't thank them enough. They've just been phenomenal.
And what are you expecting next time out at Thruxton?
Well, obviously it's a new track. We'll see again how we go, but hopefully more of these, obviously. But yeah, I think we just take it as it comes, get the practice, qualifying, and just one step at a time.
So Louis, a P3 in race 3 there, and it was quite a tricky race that going green all the way through, and the temperature was a bit hot as well, but good to get on the podium.
Yeah, it's a good way to finish it off. It's been a tough weekend, obviously. Yesterday we would have won the race, but then it didn't end up counting the result. And then this morning being taken out from race 2 this morning being taken out. Yeah, it's frustrating, you know, but I guess it's motorsport, these things do happen. So, I mean, starting P3, I knew it was going to be a good opportunity for a podium, and I was able to just get off the line and stay there. But unfortunately, it's so difficult to pass around here, especially in these cars. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a couple tenths faster, there's still really nothing you can do. So I do believe the pace was there, just it was too hard to follow. But no, it's a good way to finish off the weekend.
And what was it like following Canatali and Dion Gauder out there? Was it just overheating the fronts and you couldn't get close?
Yeah, obviously when you're in the dirty air, obviously there's quite a lot of understeer, so the fronts do I guess take quite an effect. So those last few laps, my front left was just gone. Like I was really struggling trying to hold on. But yeah, no, like I said, the pace was there at the start. We were quite quick at the start, and then problem is once you get within half a second, there's really nothing you can do. So we were just kind of stuck. I mean, yeah, I believe if we were out in front, we could have stayed there and pulled away. But no, when you're in behind, you lose quite a lot of lap time being in dirty air. So there was really nothing we could have done.
And you're leading the championship. Of course, this is a good point to the championship. So, are you thinking about the championship yet, or not?
Yeah, it's obviously round 3, so obviously it's in my mind, but it's not my main focus. I guess at the moment I'm just trying to get through every race one step at a time and just get consistent point finishes. But no, we are still leading the championship even after these two average weekends. So it shows that even when it doesn't go our way, I mean, we're still on top. But no, really next round at Thruxton, I've got to just I guess go in just 100% prepared and really focused, and go back to go back to the winning ways that we had at Donington. But no, I'm looking forward to the next round.
And there was an incident early on in race 2 with Ginchard. What was your take on that?
Yeah, obviously when you're racing and battling for position, everyone's giving it their all. But I think Dan just made a bit of a silly move, to be honest. I think he thought maybe there was some space where there wasn't, and he went in a bit deep and unfortunately took out me and my teammate Josh. So it's quite annoying, to be honest. Obviously, I don't think it was intentional, so I mean, I can't fault him too much. But yeah, maybe he should have just been a bit patient and waited. But no, it's racing, so these things happen, so I really can't hold him against it too much.
And what are you expecting from Thruxton next time out? Of course, with the rough surface up there and all the slipstreaming.
Yeah, Thruxton should be better for racing. Obviously, there is passing opportunity. We were decent there last year. I think we got a podium or two. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. Just got to nail qualifying, to be honest. Stick it on pole and just don't look back and just lead every lap. That's the aim. But no, obviously it's tough to do that. The grid's so competitive, so you really don't know. But no, we'll just do the best job we can, and then whatever happens.
And how much can your experience at Thruxton from a year ago help you with all the data?
I think it'll help. Obviously, I know what it's like racing there, but so does everyone really. If they haven't raced there, they would have done heaps of testing and whatnot. So yeah, no, obviously we have raced there, which is a good thing. So I guess I know where the passing opportunities are, and I guess where to defend and where not to. So you know, it should be a good weekend. We just got to really go out and maximise everything we can.
And I believe there's an F4 test at Croft later this week. Are you going to be there? And if so, what are you expecting?
Yeah, so it's an official test, so I think everyone's going to be there, hopefully. Obviously it's testing, so no expectation really, just go out and get some valuable data, so when we go back to racing there, we know what to do, so just try to tune the setup. Obviously it'll be nice to be at the top, but yeah, it's practice, so it doesn't really matter, to be honest, so I'm not really too worried where I end up.
The podium out there, and you were challenging Dion Gauder, but you just didn't have enough time to get past him. How would you assess the race out there?
Yeah, I think I've had a decent launch off the start, just keeping my position in P2. And then after the safety car restart, when me and Dion had a bit of a gap, I was catching him, but then the dirty air was pretty big, and then I just kind of lost there, and then it was back and forth. But yeah, overall P2 still in good points for the championship, so yeah, I'm happy with it.
And what could you have done to pass Gowden? Was there any way where he was slightly quicker?
I think he was a bit quicker than me in Sector 1. I think if I improved that, I could have caught him and maybe done him in Sector 2. But I think, yeah, the dirty air was pretty big here, and then, yeah, it was just hard to get close.
And what was it like attacking and defending at the same time with Louis Sharp behind you?
Yeah, after the start and also the safety car restart when Louis was behind me, it was a bit difficult. I know he's second-year driver, he's really good, and he has the pace, so I was just trying to do my best to not get overtaken by him, and yeah, I managed to hold it off, so yeah, and P2.
And how would you assess the weekend as a whole? Of course, the P2 gets good points for the championship.
Yeah, pretty good. I'm really happy with this weekend. Qualifying went well. Race 1, finished P2, but I didn't count, but still good race, and I learned a lot from it. And then today as well, made a bit of position in the reverse grid race, so we got some points. And then in the last race, P2, a lot of points as well, so yeah, I'm really happy with this weekend.
And what are you expecting next time out at Thruxton?
In the last test I was pretty quick there, both in the dry and wet, so hopefully I can do the same here, get a good result, and catch up to the leader in the championship.
And could you say a few words in your own language about the weekend?
Yeah. レース3ではP2 スタートで、スタートは良かったんですけど、でも少しだけダーティーエアがいっぱいあって、でディオンに追いつくのがちょっと難しかったんですけど、でもP2 でいっぱいポイントも得られたので、いいレースだったと思います。
Arigato. Thank you. Thanks so much. I'll see you at Thruxton.